Hello and welcome to the Crick House podcast. This is our first ever episode of our brand new podcast, The Crick House. As a family, we have been in ministry for over 10 years, and yes, it has taken us this long to actually decide to start our own podcast. So, to all our friends and partners out there who are listening, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you enjoy what we do here. We are so excited to do so many more episodes for you, covering all the stories from our 10 years of ministry, all the things God is doing now, all the things he has done before, the testimonies, the comedies that we have experienced as a family are absolutely amazing. So you are in for one massive ride. So make sure to subscribe to our podcast to never miss a new episode. And today we are going to be learning about who the Cricks are, what life is like in the Crick house as one family, all in ministry together and having not killed each other yet or ever. So we will start with my parents. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm currently at the moment watching our two dogs rolling around on the carpet. We actually have three, but they clearly do not know the concept of doing a podcast and are making every noise possible. So if in the background you hear a lot of tinkling, scratching, snuffling and growling, it is not the boys wrestling on the carpet, but it is actually our lovely little dogs that have been on many journeys with us. So I am Jamie and I am mum and wife to this crazy lot that God has brought together in an amazing and miraculous way. And we'll be sharing more of those testimonies about how God gave us 4 miracle babies. We have overcome many health challenges that have been thrown our way. And we are still here, still surviving and still doing life in this crazy household. So as said, I'm Jamie and I'm sitting next to my husband, who is Gary, and he will say a bit in a minute. He's currently sitting here staring at the same dog I am, looking at what he may be looking at out the garden, trying to get to, I believe it is one of our pigeons that we are trying to foster, or Ariel fostered, should we say. Ari, do you want to tell a bit about that and who you are?
Okay, so I'm Ariel. I'm the daughter, the one and only daughter.
And thank the Lord we have one.
I am the only girl in this house, apart from my mum. If it wasn't for having my mum as another female in this house, I think I'd go crazy.
But we chose 3 male dogs, Ari. That's just not... Really...
Even we have a hamster as well. Even the hamster's a guy.
Yeah. What are we doing really here? We should really...
I mean, the pigeon's a guy as well.
You think?
Yeah. Pigeonton's definitely a guy.
And they all have something in common, don't they? They eat a lot.
So yeah, I'm Ariel. I'm the only daughter. I am 19, turning 20 this summer. And the pigeon, just quickly so you know what we're talking about with the pigeon. Pidgington is a stray pigeon we found one night.
Pyjamas.
No, so we drove out close, and then when we came back, there was this pigeon. So Mum and I, in our pyjamas, in the middle of the winter, in our woolly hats, bobbling around.
And Eli,
that's the youngest, waddle out in the middle of this close in front of all our neighbours.
Which is a very intimate close, right, Ari? It's not like...
Yeah, it's a very intimate close.
Like you spit and you're in the neighbour's garden.
No, you take a step and you're in their front garden. So everyone could see what we were doing. All the house lights were on as well, so we were sort of blaringly obvious. But Pidgington is this little fledgling baby pigeon that's obviously fallen out of his nest. No, not much of a baby anymore. And we decided we were going to pick him up.
And put him in the trampoline with a piece of plastic over the top for the night to try and save his life.
The thing is, he doesn't like boxes. He likes my hand. So we have photos. I have selfies with a pigeon sitting on my hand. Really tame. So we named him Pidgington. Yeah, he was in shock, somewhat. And then we put him in his makeshift aviary in the trampoline. He was there for about 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then we came back from church one day and the little man had flown the nest, which was devastating because I wanted to keep him in hand, raise him. But it turns out he has now got himself a wife and he comes back to visit our garden. And if I stick my head out the window and yell, "Pidge," he will turn and look at us.
He will indeed. He is quite a little character, and our dogs are currently doing what we call... Cubbing. They look like little lion cubs and are literally up on their hind legs, front legs wrapped round each other's necks and eating each other's heads off. It is. I wish I could show you a visual of this. Maybe Noah can at some point put a picture up. But this is Pip and Eddie, who are currently doing all kinds of things on the carpet.
Okay, and I think it's important to
boys,
say.
aren't
I think it's important to say you didn't just pigeon nap him, did you? He was injured.
Yeah.
His
Oh,
wing
yeah.
was broken.
He came back voluntarily.
He came back voluntarily. Yeah, absolutely.
We didn't
Absolutely.
pigeon nap
So
him.
we've heard from Mum, we've heard from Ari, but there are still another 3 members of the family who
They're all
haven't
males.
yet introduced
Have you
themselves.
introduced yourself?
I haven't introduced myself, no.
No, you're number 4.
I'm number 4 then. We'll save the best till
You're
last.
number one.
Yeah, you're number
Yeah,
1.
we'll save best till last, won't
You're
we?
number
Right, here we go.
one child, not-
So, Dad, do you want to introduce
Go from the
yourself?
oldest.
Yeah,
Let's
oldest.
go oldest first.
You're
Oldest
next.
first. I can take that. Okay. Just to say that the pigeon escaped from the trampoline. Do you remember?
Yeah, he escaped after church, but then he came back with his wife.
Eventually he turned back up again. Anyway, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Gary and I'm Dad. Hi. Glad to be speaking here today and just to chat and share with everybody. Jamie's absolutely right. We have a crazy family. And hopefully over the next few weeks you'll start to know who we are, the things that we get up to, what we like, and how we're getting on and exploring with the ministry, and all those people that we want to reach with the gospel.
Yeah, I think we should probably say what we actually do as a mission. For the last 10 years, we have been having the honour of fulfilling the vision that God put in our hearts as a couple, as a young married couple,
That's right.
which has been here for a long time.
Still young.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you're just 38.
Well,
Yeah. We'll save that for another episode. Youth being renewed, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. So we are fulfilling what God put on our hearts in many, many years ago. Sitting in the car together, God gave us a dream and a vision when we were first engaged, and it took some time. You know that verse in Habakkuk which says, write the vision and make it plain, and that those may see it, may run with it. And we wrote that vision down on a piece of scrap paper, and I think to this day we still have it in our words vision folder of what we believe God has got for us as a family. But we never envisaged that over the last 20 years God would first of all give us 4 miracle babies. They'd all grow up to love doing,
22 years.
this is true, 22 years.
22.
Yep, sorry, forgot about those extra 2 years. They must have been
They're
such a
very
blur when
important.
you were a baby.
They're very,
Noah.
very
Just
important, the
such
extra
a-
2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. That God would impart and give us these 4 kids that would all grow up to find love and joy in the performing arts and the creative arts and the media arts and all
That's
of those
right.
kind of arts.
Finding love in the performing arts, not love.
Yeah,
No.
not yet.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
on that note, Noah is...
No.
Yeah.
He's single.
This podcast is not a shout-out service, okay? I am
Ladies,
single
he is
and quite
single.
happy. Thank you very much.
He's
If you're
married to
looking
his
for your
work.
soulmate, ring this
Not
number.
that he would not, consider any applications. Please email Gary.
Applications are closed.
But no, there is nothing like the feeling of being in that theatre. When you're standing on that stage, when you've got the lights on you, you've got the music and everything, you just know that you're supposed to be on that stage. There is nothing better than that feeling.
Oscar.
Like, yesterday we were watching clips back from a musical, and all the feelings just come rushing back,
They do.
especially when you see the Phantom of the Theatre.
And should we say hi to the Phantom of the Theatre, Noah?
Absolutely.
We should do. Okay, hello, I'm Oscar. I am the supposed middle child of the family, I suppose.
The third
and
child.
The third child, yes. I'm 15 years old. This is...
Nearly 16.
Nearly 16, not quite there
What's
yet.
a fun fact though
Nearly
about
there.
your 16th birthday?
Nearly. Fun fact.
Yeah, it's the day after mine.
Oh, it's the day after yours, yeah, exactly. My sister turns 20,
Yeah.
same... It's 20, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm 20.
I should know
Yeah,
my
yeah.
sister's age. My sister turns 20 the day before I turn 16, so 2 very big birthdays. But yeah, I help with doing music in the ministry, and I absolutely love all things music. So that's me.
Why are you the Phantom?
Yeah,
Oh
Phantom,
yeah, why am I the
Phantom,
Phantom?
come
Why am I
on.
the Phantom?
And who named you the Phantom? Come on, shout out.
Well,
Who did name
it
you?
was me.
It was you. It wasn't
me.
Josie.
No, I was a self-proclaimed Phantom.
Oh, right.
Shout out to Josie anyway.
Yeah.
Shout out to Josie.
But yeah, we did. We've done plenty of musicals. But with a sudden growth spurt occurring, I turned into the Phantom of the Theatre because I could not seem to keep my face in the lights for some strange reason.
That's not very scriptural, is it?
It's not. No.
Fucked up on the shoulders.
So the problem we have when we watch the videos back is that all you can see on the stage, the black stage where he's only lit by a spotlight, is from his toes to his shoulders. And to anyone watching, to all intents and purposes, Oscar has no head.
Exactly.
Which is quite often the case on a daily basis.
We have to say though, in theatre, let's just to sort of like claw back a bit. In theatre, you can see everything about him. It was just a video angle, just happened to cut out and not be able to see his very handsome head. I have to say.
All that
I
hair.
have to
Also
say.
single.
Not ready.
And then we have.
And then we have the one and the only. We have the one and the only.
Who seems to have lost his voice from behind his iPad. You say
Uh-oh.
hi.
Hi.
Nice and loud voice.
He's coming
Oh,
round,
he's coming round.
moving around the table. He's currently climbing on his brother. There you heard the little grunt. Now he is on the table trying to get towards the microphone.
And on his brother.
And this is, what's your name?
Eli,
And how old are you?
8.
And what's it like being part of the Crick family?
It's cool.
You better say that, yeah.
Yeah.
We're paying him.
No, so what do you like best about being involved in a family that does crazy things? What's the craziest thing you can think we've done as a family that you remember that you loved?
Some serious thought going into this one.
There is,
Yeah.
definitely.
We've done a lot of crazy things.
Okay, just pick one maybe just for today. One crazy thing.
One crazy thing.
Is it going to be the crazy thing?
I wonder if it will be the crazy thing. What do you love in all the world that you stayed in for a little bit?
The bus.
The bus.
The
What is a
bus.
bus? What kind of bus is it that Manor own, Eli?
An American school bus.
And what's its colour?
Yellow.
What do
so
we
we
call
called
it?
it Big Yellow.
And what else did we call it? A big
Yellow submarine.
The big yellow submarine.
Shout out to the Beatles there.
Don't sing it, we'll get a copyright strike. No. Yes, the bus. That is a hint to a future episode there, isn't it? All about the bus and how we as a family got locked down in the middle of COVID in a half-renovated American school bus. So we'll leave you with that cliffhanger and you can figure that out another time. So, we've introduced everybody?
I think we have.
I think so.
We've
Yes.
established that you're
Um,
signal.
Yes, we've established I'm
Single.
single. My name is Noah.
He is also on Signal. If you'd like to contact him, his
No,
number is...
no. And I do all the media and tech for Manor. I mean,
And hides away in his
amazing.
garage.
No, he does not hide
Yeah,
away.
Noah has a
Man garage.
Back cave.
wonderful place to work, actually, if we're honest. Of all the places that we have had to work, that's probably another episode. All the places that we have had to work for various different reasons, from having houses that aren't quite big enough to accommodate different areas that we're all working in, from having ballet and choreography happening in the hallway, in the living room, to Noah transforming a little 2x6 shed in the back garden, putting duvets on the wall to soundproof it,
And
Now it's the
insulation.
garage.
and
It
insulation.
was very cold.
And it was very cold. And now he is in half of our rented garage here on our rented house, and is also very cold.
Yes.
So yeah,
Very messy as well.
it is messy. You have to
Just
admit,
putting
the other day,
faces.
Ariel and I were in there just picking popcorn out the carpet, and just all those kinds of
For
things.
someone who's just given me a plug as I'm single, you're really selling this, aren't you?
His bedroom is tidier than his office.
That's because his brother is also in his bedroom and
Oh,
keeps
yeah.
it tidy.
He's
That
a
is
clean
quite true.
freak.
Yeah.
You're a clean
Yeah.
freak.
Yeah.
So.
Moving on.
Summarise 10 years of ministry in the Crick family.
Dun, dun,
Mother.
dun.
Summarise it.
Gosh,
Right
How do you summarize
summarise 10 years of ministry.
Hectic.
Full-on, crazy, fun, amazing, miraculous,
Challenging.
Unforgettable.
unforgettable, opportunities beyond opportunities, meeting the most amazing people, from north to south of the UK, from Europe to America, meeting amazing people, getting to work with amazing ministries,
We certainly
other
have.
artists, having the opportunity to speak in Christian unions, universities, youth with a mission, churches, all over the
on
place.
the stage.
And the stage, audio, film, it's just been a journey. Not one that we would trade at all
No.
in any way whatsoever. One that we probably could have learned, a bit more balance in the earlier years. How to balance work and ministry and school life and home life and everything like that. But you know what? Visions grow and they move along a journey, and like a river, they have twists and turns, and it's just learning to learn in those twists and turns and work out what is important and vital.
Yeah, it's not just the vision that grows, it's also the people, isn't it? And over the years, we've grown, and how we react to things, how we deal with things, what God's called us to do, how we do it. Everything has just taken a turn, and we've seen maturity in all areas of our life over the last 10 years, haven't we?
I think something that's really helped us, I'm just sitting here looking across the room at a wall full of Caris Bible College certificates, and we've had the honour as a family of putting both Noah and Ariel through the 3 years at Caris in the UK. And
not
now,
quite finished yet.
Not quite finished. Ari is graduating in a couple of months.
I graduate, and this is like the best way to celebrate your birthday, guys. I graduate on
The day
day
before,
before
your
I
birthday.
turn 20. So like my last day of being 19, I graduate my third year and final year of Bible college.
Which is a real excellent effort and, you know, just a real commitment and dedication. I don't think there's been anything better, really, to not end the education, because I don't think you should ever stop learning, guys.
Oh, I don't know.
That is
about
a thing
that.
to say about it. We won't.
I think
In fact,
ending school
we
is amazing.
homeschool, which is probably something else you don't know. We've
Yeah.
homeschooled all our kids, and Eli was actually on the sofa with me this morning, finishing up some sewing projects that we were doing.
Yep.
He was, and he'd done very well doing all of his paces, hadn't you? And he actually came to the realisation suddenly that he would still be sitting there very many years on when Oscar had finished and was,
When I'm done with it, yeah.
he was quite
Yeah.
upset by it, wasn't he, Oscar?
I think what I've always found funny is the self-proclaimed thing I can say that I've never actually been to school, so that's always fun. But I've been homeschooled my whole life, and it is really interesting. It is fun. It is great to be able to do your work from your sofa rather than in front of a desk.
You're not supposed to admit that. Oscar.
So let's
At
just
least you don't
clarify.
wear your
We
pyjamas.
do get genuine schoolwork done,
Oh, yeah.
don't we?
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes. We put in a hard
do.
graft.
You have
We do.
tests to prove it.
We don't just
Put it
sit on the
this way, Oscar,
sofa.
bless him, has been doing catching up with his maths
And English.
and English
Every
and
day.
He's been doing pages after pages after pages of maths and long division and all sorts of things. And all you hear every now and again is a another page.
I think it's safe to say he'll be happy to see the back of maths.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, trying to juggle homeschooling in with, well, I think actually we've got a really good routine going because we work from home and because we do what we do for the mission. When I'm working, Gary's schooling. When Gary's working, I'm schooling. And
When you're both working.
when we're both working, you two are schooling.
We're schooling.
So you two have obviously got some education to hand down.
Yeah.
And the best thing
Some.
is
A little.
They tend to school on our. Jay and I go out for a date every Friday morning, and we've timed this really well now because Nara and Ariel help do a
It
bit,
is so
help do a
rigged.
bit of the schooling for when we're out, and also miraculously,
Miraculously,
shopping-
of course.
the shopping arrives about
I don't
11
know how
o'clock Friday
Sainsbury's figure
morning.
that out.
I don't know either,
That-
but when they
that-
come back,
It's just
miraculously,
there. It's just
gone.
there. Yes.
Yeah, they call it God's provision, but we know better.
We say it's parental tweaking of
So-
dates.
So, to wrap up this episode, I think it'd be fun if we go around each person on the table and we find out one landmark from 10 years of ministry for you. And then if you tell us what you're working on now in the ministry or in your own personal life, a fun project or something like that.
So you want to know what we do within Manor?
No. So,
something that we-
so pick a landmark memory
Right.
from the last 10 years of Manor
Of a
for each of you. Okay, and you've got to share it in under 30 seconds and then let us know what you're working on now. And that can be anything from at ministry or just something that you're doing for your own personal self.
Okay.
And let's start
Right, let's have
with,
some elevator music while we think.
you know, that the power of editing means you don't have to do that, Ariel.
I know, but I enjoy it.
Come on, Oscar, harmonise.
Okay.
No.
Right, so let's... Holy moly.
Oscar is called the harmoniser box in the house because why?
That is
Yeah,
the
he-
nickname because
yeah.
I'm known to not sing the tune and just
But
harmonise.
Oscar, you do crazy more than that. You harmonise
yes.
to the Hoover.
Okay, we won't go into that.
He can harmonise the Hoover, the lawnmower, the dishwasher. Give him any pitch, he'll
has
do a
perfect
harmony
pitch.
for
He
it.
has perfect pitch.
That's perfect
Yes.
pitch, yeah.
Yes, he does.
Where are we going to do this challenge?
We'll do the challenge now.
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay. We're going to start with Oscar.
Are we? Okay.
Yes, one landmark from 10 years of ministry and something you're working on now.
Right. Okay. So, landmark moment for me
Tick.
was probably. Oh my gosh, how am I supposed to do this?
Tick.
So I think a landmark.
Tick.
I seriously.
Tick.
Okay.
Tick, tick,
Talk.
tick,
Don't bow to their pressure, Oscar.
Yeah.
You take your time.
I think a landmark moment for me in the ministry
Not too long,
specifically
isn't it?
Action.
was
Whoa!
You're knocking down a lampshade.
So just for reference, he has accidentally knocked down a shelf behind him there,
I have literally
as he was about to share.
Ooh,
and
there
knocked
goes.
over Eli.
There goes the picture on the
Well,
wall.
there's actually a picture of Eli, not technically Eli.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've got to go for the beginning again. Sorry, Act
3,
1,
2,
1.
1. Dee 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 doo.
Are we done?
What, I think we are. Yes. Go on.
Eli's hanging back on the wall.
And lights up.
Okay, so I think the landmark moment for me was probably when we started creating our own music for the musicals. That's a huge part of what I do in Manor. And we'd used other songs before and changed lyrics and stuff like that, but we started writing some of our own music, and from there it's just developed. We've met some amazing people in the music industry, and it has been an awesome ride. So yeah, writing our own music has been awesome. Something I'm working on at the moment is developing my vinyl collection, so getting as many of them as I can, because you've got to love an LP. So there you go.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Oscar. Okay, let's go to the one and only Ariel. Tell us a landmark moment and what you're working on
Can
now.
I do my own theme tune?
Yeah,
You
go
can
on.
do your own theme tune.
1. Dee 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 doo.
Noah is currently pulling down his face under his glasses going, oh my word.
He is.
And for those of you that really do know us, like as in really know us and not just superficially know us,
You'll know you're literally sitting in the middle of our dining table right now.
You are.
Okay. Landmark moment. It's too many.
Harry's going to slow down her conversation,
Well,
which will
pick
be
a
a
couple.
landmark moment for anybody.
Oi! I do have a habit of talking super fast. Okay. I think the main probably landmark moment for me was when I was 16, which is 4 years ago, so that's a bit of a while. Not to say there haven't been landmark moments since, but this is like one that stood out. And I think it's because that Christmas I did the entire show in Pointe, which for those technical dancers out there, you know what I mean. But for those who don't know what I mean, it means these really fancy dance shoes that ballerinas stand on the tips of their toes in. And it was such a massive thing for me because, and you'll find out about this at another point, I almost lost the ability to dance when I was, medically speaking, dying in hospital at 8. So that's a fun story that we'll be telling at another time.
Not so fun for the rest of us, but we understand.
I think what I'm currently working on right now is show choreography. And
smelling like chips.
thank you, Mum. I came back from work today and I work as like a bistro assistant. So yes, we had a lot of orders for chips in today. So I did get out my work clothes and put something
This
else
grease
on.
bomb that just sat in the back seat of the
Yeah.
car.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Dad. Thank you.
Also single.
Really selling
That's
it.
really selling it.
Really selling it. But no, what I'm currently working on is a new book because another landmark for me was when I overcame sensory processing disorder and I learnt to self-publish my own novels. So yeah, I'm working on a new book.
And there we go. So you have 2 sneak peeks. You have a sneak peek at Aaron's testimony and a new book coming soon.
And living in a yellow bus.
And living in a yellow
Which
bus,
we haven't got to yet.
which we haven't got to yet. So brace yourselves.
Now for that.
Mother,
Mm.
landmark moment and something you're working on now.
Wait. Ready?
Uh-oh.
No. No.
Even Eli's joining in now. So a landmark moment for me would be, oh my word, the original moment that God spoke to me about not giving up on my dreams. And I used to be a musical theatre performer in the beginning when God created the world. No, in the beginning.
Told you she was old.
I was a musical theatre performer myself and dancer and became very unwell, which is another story.
Yes.
So many stories.
And I was, in a very small nutshell, laying in my bed and had given up, or shall I say, the doctors had given up all hope that I would walk or stand or even be able to do anything again. And I was there in my bed and the Lord said to me, I want you to put your ballet shoes back on again. That was the landmark moment that started this vision over 10 years ago now, when I said, okay, God, after a little bit of arguing, so it wasn't just immediate obedience, after a little bit of arguing with the Lord in a very respectful way, obviously, I said okay to God, but I didn't realise by saying okay to God, by putting on my shoes and using them in my wheelchair, and when I was going in and out of the hospitals, that actually meant okay to God for the next 10 years. So that was my landmark.
And what are you working on now?
At the current time, I am working on directing the Passion play 2023, which will be up here in Staffordshire. And then we will be taking the Passion play to various locations. If you would like us to bring your Passion play to you, please be in contact with the ministry, because it's a tool that we saw God use miraculously last year. Absolutely miraculously. The cast and crew did amazing. This amazing group of volunteers that come together to create Manor Theatre Company. So I've got the honour of directing this amazing group again, and another thing's fallen off the wall. From ages 6 right through to 60s, a big family just working together to bring the gospel of Jesus alive through the creative arts. So that is my current project, along with tutoring some young people for Trinity College London. Loving it, just love what we do.
Absolutely. So as you can see, there's a lot of us who are super, super busy. We have a number 4th person now. Number 4th?
Wait.
No.
Uh-oh, no.
he's
Sorry,
number 1.
viewers.
No,
Here we
ready?
go.
I'm the 4th,
Yeah.
but
You're the 4th in this order,
Wait.
but I think we've got something coming.
1.
Dee 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 Doo.
And if you haven't turned off the
Hello,
podcast by now,
it's me.
thank you so much. Okay. Dad,
okay, so remind me, what was the question again after all that?
landmark
Landmark
moment.
Landmark moments, right, okay.
Just one.
Just one.
Well, I can think of 2 or 3 off the
No,
top of my
just
head.
one.
just
But-
one.
Just one.
We need to keep
But,
this.
no, you got me on a roll, but I'll stick with the one on this.
You're on a chair.
Okay, so, I know. So, a landmark moment, this would be another podcast. However, a landmark moment for me would be about 4 months ago when Jamie and I renewed our wedding vows. And that was a landmark moment.
And we are getting choked up on the other side of the table there, so I'm going to dive in and rescue him. Landmark moment, what are you working on now in the ministry? Besides
okay, so-
road closure plans.
Yes, I'm working on road closure plans at the moment for doing the Passion. You have to get in touch with the council and the police and all sorts of people. So that's a bit of a learning curve and very interesting. So I am doing props, I'm doing admin, and I'm enjoying all of it.
And considering writing a book.
Ooh.
Yeah, I am.
This I
And
did
that's
not
to
know.
do- and that's
I
to
didn't
do-
know this.
And that's to do with the other story.
Which will be another podcast.
Well, we all have our secrets. There are things you do not know about me.
Are you
No, I'm
writing a
jo-
book as well?
No, I'm not.
Creepy voice.
Okay, landmark moment, Noah.
Hang on, I
Wait,
thought
wait,
there's
wait, wait.
there's still
Size of the
Eli. There's
No.
still
Need
Eli.
anybody to do voiceovers? Noah's your man.
Oh no.
Sounds like God.
And he's also single.
Oh my life. God is not single. Okay, let's just be
Technically.
well. Okay, let's not get into theology.
We are the bride of Christ, so.
Well, then he's dating at least. No.
Bride means you're married.
Okay, landmark moment for me.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
3,
No.
2,
Wait,
1.
And you're on.
We're going to record them in the deep.
If you could see the grimace on my face. Right. Landmark moment for me
Just one.
in ministry for the last 10 years would probably be the Passion in 2022, because that is when Manor kind of took on a new course in terms of its content, in terms of its writing, in terms of its mission. We saw God do absolutely incredible things at the Passion. We saw people physically healed, emotionally healed. We saw people come to Jesus, meet Jesus for the first time. It was an incredible experience. Jesus, as in the real Jesus, not the one in the cast, Oscar, just for clarification. So that was incredible. I always say to people that the problem with being on tech team is when you're on sound and when you're on lighting, you've got your head in the script. So you never see the show. You never get involved in the emotion of the show because you're so wired on focusing on your job. Yet there was myself and another sound man, and we were standing behind our sound desk at the Passion, and we were both crying when Jesus was on the cross because we couldn't help but watch. So the Passion is an incredible show. It's happening again this year, 2023. Check our website. It will make you cry. And just for the request of one audience member last year, here's your notice: wear waterproof mascara. And then, what am I working on? What am I working on right now? I am in the throes of setting up, running my own video production business. So that's exciting and going well. editing for a few people and creating videos is exciting times.
Yeah, we had an amazingly powerful word from a prophetic team about...
The word was powerful.
Yeah.
Amazingly powerful word.
Yeah,
the word was. But never mind.
Never mind. About starting to put some of the content that we create as a family for musical theatre into film. So that is what we've started to do. And Noah's made a few shorts on YouTube, which are growing.
I'm also wearing some shorts.
Hopefully.
No, not those kind of shorts. Let's keep. This is a family show.
Podcast.
You're wearing jeans.
Family podcast.
This is a joke.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
Right. Let's be brief.
And the bad jokes are good to go.
Oh dear, and hence it has begun.
Slap the wall.
And we're moving on. Eli.
Eli.
Tell us. Do you have a favourite memory from 10 years of Manor? I know you've got crisps in your mouth, but if you work your way around this dining room table,
Actually, it'll only
if
be
you
8
haven't
years.
gathered, if you haven't gathered by now, we are all sitting around our family dinner table.
Oh.
Okay, and the process of Eli getting from one side to the other means treading in people's laps. So, hence these screams of pain. Eli, 10 years of Manor.
No, he's only been here for
Okay,
8.
but you've only been here for 8.
Can you remember one thing that sticks out in your mind about one of the shows? One thing.
Just one.
Think about one of the shows and think about something that happened.
It can be the sandwiches in between.
It could be pressing the buttons for Noah,
Yeah, I was actually on the tech team for a show.
which
Yes,
was
you
just the
were.
Christmas just gone, wasn't it?
Yeah,
What was it like sitting behind the tech desk?
I really enjoyed it.
Why?
I guess because I've never done it before.
And what do the tech team have all over the tech desk apart from buttons?
And mess.
Food.
Yeah.
Food, that's
You
right.
do Coke.
We're very naughty tech team. We have food everywhere.
One show they
So
went
what-
through an entire case of Coke.
What was it like
18
pressing the buttons
cans.
and watching the lights come up on the actors and actresses?
I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the coolest things that I did.
Were you nervous?
Not really.
So if you had a choice, go on stage or off stage, what would you be?
Tech team.
Oh,
team,
I
well,
think you
there
might
we
have a little
go.
prodigy there, Noah.
Well, you're hired.
Well, we have Ari's our choreographer. Oscar
Yeah.
does sound, does the music with me. I direct and write. Noah does all the tech and the lighting, and it looks like we might have. Oh, actually, also Oscar and Ariel are also involved in acting in the shows. Noah used to
Yes.
act in the shows, didn't you, Noah?
I used to act in the shows,
Screwed.
No,
but then I was promoted and I went to tech team.
No, that was not the story.
What was another story?
You're hiding
You're
behind.
hiding behind the
desk.
tech
I'm not
team.
hiding behind
He's
any
a very
desk.
good singer and actor, but he's currently hiding.
He's hiding.
No, after you've been married to like 6 different girls in the space of so many different shows, you kind of get bored.
We might want to clarify that.
Still single.
Acting, of course.
Yeah, we
Acting,
might
of
want to clarify
course.
that.
He's still
When you've played
single.
Joseph and you've played
One chap.
Mr. Von Trapp and you've played some bloke out of a 1960s musical, you get tired of multiple relationships, hence why I'm still single. I'm still getting over it. Sorry to any of those girls who are listening now. But
It was nothing
anyway,
personal to all of the lovely girls.
thank you, Mother. So, we've heard from everyone, haven't we?
We have.
Yes. Anything else you want to say before we wrap up the
The
podcast?
dogs say hi.
The dogs say hi.
Eddie, Flynn, and Pip.
Eddie, Flynn and Pip.
He's a good father.
Pip? You're going to have to add some context to
I
this.
assume my wife's talking about the Lord.
I
and
am
yes, he
talking
is
about
a
the Lord.
good, good
Because we must
father.
remember, regardless of anything else that we are as a family, we are first and foremost lovers of Jesus.
Absolutely right.
And we are sold out for just proclaiming his name. And our tagline is bringing the Bible alive through the creative arts, performing arts, however other arts you want to do them, and turning stages into altars.
Turning stages into altars, absolutely.
And we now have a funky new theme tune.
And we now have a funky new theme tune because the listeners want it. One more time. Go for it.
You know you like it.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The new #1 club hit of 2023. Coming to you from the Crick House.
This is really not how we sing. Seriously.
No, it's really not.
Much better
This
than
was really.
And if this was really how we sing, you would
Don't
never have
come
heard
to
of
our
Manor.
musicals.
No,
No.
absolutely. So,
To our house.
there we go. So that was the first episode of the Crick House. Thank you so much for joining us. If indeed you are still with us after this long of doody 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 doo.
No, it's do.
Maybe that's what we should call this first episode, Dee 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 Doo. Well, we'll see. But thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss any of the new episodes coming with the crazy stories that we have had hinted today, like Ariel's testimony, Dad's new book, which I had no idea about, the bus, Mum's testimony. There is so much we are excited to tell you about. So,
Don't tell them the website.
yes, so subscribe to the podcast. We would love to have you with us. Our website is www.manna, theatrecompany.uk. So that's www.mannatheatrecompany.uk.
Mr. W on the second round.
Well, everybody knows there's 3 W's. So there we
I
go.
thought it was 4.
3 W's, mannatheatrecompany.uk. There we go. Thank you again for joining us. We are so excited to see you in the future, and we will be back very, very soon. From all of us here at the Crick House, it is a
Bye.
goodbye. Goodbye.